Welcome to Mind Your Thought, the only web series that brings you simple techniques on how to manifest body and mind health with the two most powerful tools, quantum physics and human body's physiology. Hi, this is Leticia on episode 2 of Mind Your Thought. Today, I'd like to share a story with you, a personal story. One day, I was picking up my daughter at school, and she was very tired and hungry and sleepy. And kids, when they are 2 years old, they don't know how to demonstrate their emotions properly. Actually, they don't even know what emotions they are experiencing at the time. Nevertheless, how to show them properly. So it's a very common thing that you see a child throwing herself on the floor and crying when she actually wants to say that she's feeling something. The thing is, I felt so embarrassed because everyone at her school loves her so much. I mean, when she's going away, when I'm picking her up, the kids, and I mean all the kids from all ages and even teachers there, they know me as Naomi's mother. Just that. It's like I don't have a name. I'm Naomi's mother. And they see me going to my daughter's room at school to pick her up, and they immediately go, "Look, there's Naomi's mother. Naomi's leaving. Let's go." And they're sweet, really. They love her, they cherish her, they give her loving care, they show affection, they are helpful sometimes. And that day specifically that she threw herself on the floor at school, besides of every attention that people were giving her and that I was giving her and caring for her, I felt so embarrassed. I just picked her up on the floor, her bags and all, and I headed to the car. I excused myself with those lovely preteens and kids that love her, and I left my kid with my kids in my arm. During the way to the car, my daughter asked me to go to the floor again. She wanted to walk by herself. Well, she's very independent for a 2-year-old, so I let her. And again, she threw herself on the floor, now blocking people's passages. We were in the sidewalk of the school, so the flux of people walking there at that time was immense. I took her and her bags, put her in my shoulder like a bag of potatoes, and I kept walking. I unlocked the car, I opened the door and put her on the seat belt. I put her bags on the floor in front of her. Quietly, I closed the car door and went to the driver's seat. I started yelling at her like a crazy person. I yelled so much, so hard, that when she started crying and saw my anger face and felt my anger vibration, she gave up on crying. I was acting like a lunatic person, yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling again and again till my voice started fading literally. When I got home to my husband, I said, "I'm really, really pissed at her because she did this and that. I'm angry to my bones because she did that. She acted like this because she. I don't know if you realized, but I have just let a 2-year-old dictate my feelings. And we do that every day with everybody on a daily basis. Am I wrong? We keep saying to ourselves, I'm depressed because my husband decided to go for a divorce. I'm depressed because he has been cheating on me. I'm depressed because somebody said I'm ugly, or I'm fat, I'm unworthy. Somebody said today I'm useless. That's why I'm so depressed. The fact is, we keep on throwing responsibility of our emotions to other people. Either they're kids or adults, it doesn't matter. You are the creator of your reality, of your environment, therefore, of your thoughts and emotions. You can be in one of those three states I'm going to mention to you now. You can be reactive, that's what I was with my kid, or what you do when somebody makes you feel something bad. That's reactive. You can be active. When you realize a bad emotion, you think differently and you try to change that thought. That works too, but requires a whole more effort and might not be 100% accurate. The third option that you might want to be is receptive. And in order to be receptive, you need to be willing to give up control, because let's face it, we don't control a thing in our lives. If you think you have control over you, over your mind, over your thoughts, over somebody else's, you think again. And for a life purpose, I would advise you to not want to be in control. You don't want to be in control of your mind. You want to free your mind. Because when you free your mind, something amazing happens. You change from whatever mode you were on to receptive mode. You receive the vibration from within, and that vibration becomes a thought. A good vibration, a good thought. A bad vibration. So, our decisions are based on thinking, and thinking is mostly rooted in the past experiences, because that's how human brain operates. The brain records to the past events to throw you emotions, to throw you thoughts. So when something bad happens, your brain takes a snapshot of that event and keeps it to remind you that you should be constantly aware of that bad thing that happened, because you gotta defend yourself. So you're always in the survival mode, always stressed. 70% of your decisions are stress-based decisions. And that's why you tend to make lots of mistakes in your life. And suddenly, when you say, oh, okay, I'm just gonna follow my heart and do this because of that, and I don't know, it just feels right. It feels right. And you do that thing, and you were right. And you call it lucky guess, and sometimes even intuition. But like me in the past, people used to think intuition is something rare, something that occurs once in a lifetime, something that is unreachable for most. They think that intuition is just a slap in the face from life, and yes, intuition can come strongly as a slap in your face, but it doesn't have to be that way. So, when I ask, do you want to learn how to control your mind or how to free it? Well, I'm guessing here that you would like to free it. When you surrender, it doesn't mean you're going to cross your arms and expect knowledge just to fall into your laps. So you're gonna listen to your inner wisdom, intuition, heart wisdom, whatever you may call it. And if you want to know, the greatest leaders of the world do that when they're about to make a huge decision. Yeah? Henry Ford, the creator of Ford. Bill Allen, CEO from Boeing. Travis Kalanick from Uber. Google them and you'll find their stories of decisions made out of intuition that changed the history of their companies. So if you think following intuition is something for women only, mothers only, or a hippie thing, think again. When Henry Ford was creating the first car in history, if he had listened to what people said and let people's minds influence his feelings, I would be picking up my daughter at school, driving my horse, not my car. These taxis would never have a competition if Travis would listen to him. So what decisions are you making or not making because you are letting people decide what you feel, how you feel, and when you feel it? When I became aware of this immense power that I was giving to people, that is to dictate how I felt the next time my daughter threw herself on the floor on a tantrum, I immediately shut down my thoughts. My thoughts were condemned by past events. That included her throwing herself in the floor in numerous times and me reacting by yelling. So I decided to start changing that. And my friend, that was hard as stone. The first time you make a decision to change your belief, to change your behavior, it's gonna hurt. Don't expect it to be easy because it isn't. So I just shut my thoughts by closing my eyes, focusing inwards so that my environment of her throwing herself on the floor and my environment of people looking at her and expecting a reaction from me. Something that resolved that problem. And my friend, when you are under pressure, you just want to solve it. And usually they're not the best decisions and solutions in your life to solve a problem. So I closed my eyes to close myself from that environment. I immediately turned inwards, and be careful. Immediacy is something that you acquire with practice, okay? I've practiced that really hard for every situation of my life for months. And when I turned inwards, I tapped into my intuition, my vibration. I tapped into that. I held myself there trying to figure out what to feel. In the instant that I let go of control, I have to know what to do and what to feel and how to react. When I let go of that, instantly a wave of calmness invaded my heart and therefore my mind. The next time it happened, because it did, I calmly picked her on the floor, calmly picked her bags, smiled to the people because I felt like it. It was a smile that said, she must be tired. That happens. An honest smile from me, from my heart, a smile that didn't expect my 2-year-old daughter to have control over her yet unknown feelings and how to express them properly. It was a smile of letting go because of those things just happen. A smile that was trying to calm the kid, saying everything is gonna be fine and I've got you and I've got your bag. I calmly put her on her seat belt, and this time she was not resisting. She was just crying. And I sat in the driver's seat and we drove quietly back home. When we got home, she kept crying. And I kept smiling, like I'm here if you need anything. Kind of smile. My honest, high vibe smile. And I headed to the kitchen to cook dinner. And minutes later, she was smiling and calling me to play with her in her toy kitchen. You see, that's how vibes speak louder than words. I was proud of her, but I was prouder of myself because I didn't let my 2-year-old daughter dictate my feelings. More, I didn't let another person, even if it was my daughter, to dictate my feelings. Instead, I tapped into inner me, into heart wisdom, in order to make my decision. See, it's all about vibes. What you receive is what you create, and it's what you send back. What you see, you think. What you think, you feel. What you feel, you create, you behave. What you create, you see. And that's how your environment is created, on a basis of decisions that you make, that is your behavior, that are based on the vibes you receive. On the next week's episode, I'll show you how exactly you are gonna tap into that intuition and listen to the heart of your voice. Precisely, okay? So you're gonna learn how to turn this thing that you have into a powerful tool in your daily decisions. So don't forget to press the subscribe button here and receive the alert from the next week's episode now, because I'm a very curious soul and I'd like to know, how many times have you used your intuitive guesses in your decisions? Write me here in the comments below. I'm dying to know. I'll see you next week, and I want you to have a magical day. Namaste.
Takes me higher, sets me free.